Today I wanted to let you know about another new product from Olight that they just introduced for this month's sales with the Olight Parrot knife. This knife was designed by Gage but built by Kaiser for Olight, and it's on sale now till midnight on November 29th Eastern as part of Olight's November flash sales. So here is the box that it comes in. Packaging is very similar to what other Olight flashlights and knives look like recently. It's a nice package, nice little sliner here, full cover color picture here. On the back you've got some specifications and features and things like that. Pretty nice overall. Accessories the knife come with, or you get this nice nylon kind of pouch with O knife embroidered on there. Inside it's got nice felt lining, zipper Velcro here. And the knife fits in here. The knife is kind of big for this case, or the case is a little bit bigger for the knife, but it works fine. And in this pocket here, you have the Parrot Challenge coin. This is something Olight's been doing with a lot of their new lights, as they include a challenge coin or medallion or something. And this one I think is actually pretty cool. It's got actually a parrot on it. It's pretty detailed. It's a copper looking material, but I don't think it's copper. It's not quite heavy enough, although it is fairly heavy. So here is the knife itself. You've got two options for scales. You've got a smooth looking gray G10 with a satin blade, or the black and white Micarta and black blade version, which is what I've got here. If you're not familiar with Micarta, it is a layered material with resin in between, and it just has a neat feel. It's kind of similar to maybe denim in feel, and I really like it. I think it's a little bit kind of classier look. It's probably not the best if you're getting your knife wet all the time or muddy or anything like that, but if you're in the city or office carry or just want something that looks a little different or dress it up, I think Micarta is pretty neat. I was first exposed to it on my Vero Axon here. It's a black and white Micarta as well, and it's milled. I've got a review of this knife if you want. It's a completely different price league, completely different knife, but it's on my channel if you're interested. This knife does have steel liners. They are milled out and can't see in there, but I'll put an exploded diagram picture showing what they look like on the inside there, which is nice to see, and it results in a little weight savings too. The Micarta version here weighs in at 3.3 ounces, and the G10 is slightly heavier at 3.55. Overall length with the blade out is 6.3 inches. Blades both come in 2.6 inch lengths, which sounds kind of small, but it's a kind of a tall knife here with the overall length measuring 1.38 inches in width, as you can see. It's made of 154 cm stainless steel and hardened to 58 plus or minus 2, and the satin model with the G10 is 60 plus or minus 2. Due to the coatings being used there, that black one here isn't quite as hard. 154 cm was used by Benchmade a lot up until recently when they switched to S30, S35 VN, and it's been a popular steel with knife makers for the past 20 years. It's got an interesting history, and if you want to go look it up at knifesteelnerds.com, you'll learn more than you ever want to know. So it's a good steel. I like it. It sharpens pretty easily, and it's a nice steel for this price category here. This has a liner lock here, as you can see here. Lockup is good, not too far. It's easy to get across, and this thing has really nice action, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But that lock bar is nice, steady, and should provide all the security you need for a knife this size. I'll insert a few pictures I took with other knives to show you kind of the size here. I've got the other Olight knives, the Drever and the Sprint, as well as Spyderco Delica, so you can get a better idea of what the size is like. Let's talk about the action here. The knife is running on ball bearings out of the box. It's seriously smooth, and it's both seriously smooth on deployment and folding. When I've got it open here, you can see here it's a finger guillotine. I've got the knife pointed down a little bit, but as soon as I take pressure off the lock bar there, it just wants to free flow. I've done nothing to this. This is exactly like it is out of the box. Deployment here is accomplished multiple ways. You've got all this jimping here on the top. It is considered a front flipper, and I'm not typically very good at front flippers, but on this one, I don't have a lot of problem. If I get my hand out of the way, that kind of hurt. We'll see if it bleeds, but I open it just fine like that. I like to open it and reach my thumb around and more do this type of thing with this knife. It opens well that way, and I can also just push and open it that way. The detent here is tuned well where I can't throw it open by flicking my wrist, which is what you want, but it's not tuned so hard that I can't open it easily. My Drever had a pretty strong detent on it, and this one I'd say is perfect. In the hand for a small knife here, I didn't have any trouble. I can put all 4 fingers on here if I really squish them on. 3 is pretty comfortable, and I've got medium-sized hands. I can choke up into this little choil here and get 4 on it, no problem. And you can pinch grip it like you would a chef knife, no problem, for real detailed work, or choke way up if you want. It fits pretty nice. It feels good in the hand. I didn't have any issues with it. There is just an ever so slight amount of scallop and milling to the scales here. They're not completely flat, and edges are nicely rounded over, so it feels good in the hands. The clip itself here is deep carry. It is right hand only, and it's just a spring steel pocket clip with the same coating as the blade. So far it's been pretty scratch resistant. All the screws are T8 except the clip screws, and I had no issues with this in a pair of jeans. It fit really well and just felt good. So my final thoughts on the Olight Parrot is Olight continues to do pretty well here with their knife offerings. While the name Parrot kind of seems random to me, for this O knife, I'll say this is probably my favorite and the one I'll end up carrying the most. The fidget factor here is a ton of fun with the multiple ways of deployment from the front flipper, and the action here is the best of the 3 that I have. Mine is truly drop shut, as I was showing you earlier, and I'm a big fan of that black blade. It seems to be fairly durable, and that black and white raw micarta is awesome. You can oil it if you want or leave it raw like I will. My only minor complaint, I guess, is when I pulled it out of the box, I did have a little bit of micarta kind of fluff from drilling the holes in the scales that was left over. This is just kind of worn off. I've done nothing to pull it off, make it age faster, I guess you'd say. So it really worked well. The other thing that was maybe not the best was the blade was really oily out of the box, easily to wipe off and no problems. It came super sharp, and I look forward to putting some wear on this and getting a mirror edge on it eventually when it needs sharpening. For $64 for the micarta version here, or $60 for the G10, I think this is a solid value, and I can recommend it during the flash sale. For about $7.37 more, you can have a bundle with the new i1R2 Pro, which I'd buy, as it's a pretty nice keychain light and a nice little upgrade. Remember, Olight has quite a few sales on other flashlights during this flash sale too, so check my other video if you haven't seen it on the i3T Pro and O-Buddy, as well as Olight, as well as the O-Bulb MC. Or visit the link in the description below where you can see the entire flash sale. And if you're watching this video after the flash sale is over, remember you can use my code LQ10 to save 10% on normally priced items. As always, I appreciate you guys watching these videos and seeing what I have new for you. If you like it, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next review soon.